Hey everyone, it's Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and in this last video before we go live tomorrow with the new version, I wanted to show you all what we've been really working on the back end, and that is what I think is one of the craziest updates. I'm so excited about it because I think you guys are going to take this and just absolutely run with it. I know you are. I know you guys are going to go bananas over this, and so I can't wait to show it to you and kind of explain how it works here. But we are rolling out tomorrow 1-minute auto exit options. And basically what that means is that any position that you have inside of Option Alpha, any position, whether it's opened in a bot or whether you open it manually, any position can have the ability to include, or basically they're already attached, they're right here. You can choose for that position to have 1-minute exit options. That's right, you heard me right, 1 minute. Now, I know before we promised that we would get some of these things down to 10 minutes and 5 minutes, but we're actually going to over deliver here and give you guys 1-minute exit options automatically on any position that you're trading in Option Alpha. Again, that means if it's in a bot, you could set it for those positions in a bot. If it's a manual trade, you can set it for those positions manually trading. I'm going to show you how it all works here so you can understand how you can set it up and how you can start using it. And I know you all are going to go crazy over this because I'm going crazy over it, and I've been testing it for a while now, and I see it right here and I love using it. And so I know you guys are going to go really crazy over it. So let me dive in here and show you how it works. Again, this goes out tomorrow with the new update to Option Alpha, and it's attached to any position. So here's how it works. Let's say that you have an open position. I'll show you how to do it in both ways too. So we're going to show you how to do it for your manual positions that you open. If you want to do manual trading, we highlighted manual trading in one of the last video updates, and we'll also show you how to do it inside of your bot, okay? So if you are in a position right now, like you're in an open position window here, and you can see I'm just using IWM here, and I'm choosing a strategy that's a short call spread. Again, you can just toggle through the different expirations, choose your strikes, right? You got your drop-down menu or your pop-out menu here for your expiration or your strike prices. You essentially get into the contracts that you want to get into. That's what you guys are normally used to doing. Of course, we made it better at Option Alpha with our new manual trading, but you guys are good there, right? And what everyone wanted to do, and this is actually the craziest thing, what everyone wanted to do when they first came into Option Alpha, the first beta users ever, is they wanted a way to immediately, at the time they were opening a position, also set how they wanted to close the position. And so now what we've done is we've done that. It's on the same order screen for your open position actions. You can set your exit options, and these are auto exit options that run every minute. You don't have to turn them on. You don't have to connect them. You just literally set them, and immediately they start working for your position during the market hours that we have, right? So that's how they work. So if I'm right here and I have this short call spread, then I just click here to my exit options, and now I can choose these 4 exit options to be watched by the bot every single minute during the trading day. So as soon as the bots start running during the morning, and we have a little like 10-minute window in the beginning, so it starts at like 9:40, right? But as soon as they start running and liquidity comes in, every single minute of the trading day, these exit options are going to be checked. Now, what's cool about these exit options is they are in addition to any other automation that you're running. So you can still run your regular monitor automations. You can still run your scanners and your events and your buttons, and all of that never changes. This is an extra layer on top of that for your open positions that you have. So if I want to set these here, I can say, you know what? I want to take a 50% profit, so 50% of the credit. That's one criteria that I would possibly want to exit at. Maybe I want to have a 200% of credit stop loss. I don't really use stop losses, so I'm going to take those off, okay? But if it's there, if you want it. And then I can also set exiting before expiration. So I'm trading this contract like 30, 35 days out, something like that. And so I can set that here and say, you know what? If I don't hit a 50% profit at any point between now and then exit the position 3 days before expiration. So again, this is all stuff that you all do now, and we're just trying to make it insanely easier for you to do inside of Option Alpha. And of course, if it's an earnings, stock or a ticker, you can set to exit before earnings if you want to too. So a lot of people, what they do is they don't want to trade around earnings. They want to avoid the earnings thing. So now you can do that here. And so you can just choose whatever you want to do. Some positions you might want to do a profit taking and an expiration. Some positions you might want to do a stop loss and an expiration, and you'll handle the profits yourselves or whatever. But whatever you want to do, you just literally set your auto exit options right here and then click save. And now as soon as the position is open and starts working, boom, all of those things start running on every 1 minute interval for you, which is unlike anything else that's ever been created for retail traders in existence. And so we're super excited to get this into your guys' hands. Just choose which bot you want to throw it into. You can choose like your favorite bot or a different bot, or if it goes in a particular bot for management or other things that you want to do, if you want to do adjusting or tagging or whatever, just throw it into a bot. You can create a bot shell that's just like your manual trades, and just your manual trades just live in the bot. Again, you just have to house it in a bot so it can run those automations for you. And again, you don't have to turn on anything. You just literally set the exit options right here, and they literally start working for you. So here's how it works. So again, I'm going to place this trade. So send this trade over, right? And so now it's sent that order. I can then check on the position, see how it's working. So you can see it's currently working through smart pricing, right? I can refresh this and watch it as it cancels one order and starts working towards the next order. So that's literally what it's doing right now anyway. So this is how automation is helping you on trade entry and trying to get into the position. Okay, so we're going to let this thing work its way all the way through. It might go through to 117 and get the position filled. And then what we can do is we can monitor the position now and just see where those exit triggers are. Okay, so I filled at 117, which was my final price anyway. That was kind of the mid price, I think, on around it. And so now I have this position open, right? So this is my new position that I have. And of course, our new P&L diagrams, our interactive payoff diagrams are now showing here, right? And so what's so fun about this is that we basically took an entire position, and now we kind of like wrapped it in this mini way of doing 1 minute exit options for that position. And so it's literally exit options tied to this specific position. So if I go down to my position details, I see my exit options right here. And if for ever any reason I wanted to adjust those, I simply can go in here to edit, and then I can just simply adjust my exit options for that position. Maybe I want to take 30% of credit profit and exit 2 days before expiration. Okay, great. So now I've adjusted that, and now my exit options are now different, right? These are now my new exit options for this position. So this literally changes the entire game for traders, because what we all did before is we all would come in and we would find our perfect trade, which was probably hard enough, right? High probability setup, right? This is a high probability setup, so good probability of profit here and hitting our break even. We'd find that trade, and then we'd enter it, and then we'd be stuck with the stress and the anxiety of like, how do I manage this position? How do I put this thing out there? How do I set up these things? And what we try to do here is give you an option, give you a choice to automatically do it with 1 minute exit options. Again, it's tied to the actual position. So here's what you can do on top of this, right? So not only can you set them for manual positions, but let's say that you have some of your regular automations running anyway, okay? So let's say I'm gonna go down here to, I just called this one for testing, like my favorite bot, and I go into my settings and I've got this scanner automation that I'm running. So I'm looking for iron condors for this particular bot. What we've also included is the ability to set exit options, you guessed them, right here inside of your scanner automations. Basically, anytime you have to open a position, you can set exit options. So this will be a new field that's in every single one of your bots when it goes live tomorrow in the new push. And you can go in here and you can create a custom input for this field, or you can set the exit options immediately for this position. So if I wanted to, I can say, you know what, anytime I open this type of iron condor, so I don't have to set these over and over again. I set them one time and then it manages it every 1 minute automatically for that position. I can set these and say 50% credit, 200% stop loss, expiration 2 days before, and of course always exit 2 days before earnings or whatever. If I was trading anything that it was a stock, right? And so you just leave those here. So now those are set. So whenever the bot goes through its whole process of scanning and finding and getting that perfect position for you, not only can you, of course, enter the position automatically, but you have the ability to set your exit options right here inside of your automations. And so this means that your automations basically got a 10x upgrade in the frequency of managing these, like 15x. I don't know how many x it is, like going from 15-minute automations to 1 minute for these exit options for all of your bots and positions. That's a huge upgrade for your trading and how you can manage your positions. And we know you all have these questions where you're just worried about positions during the day, worried if it's going to hit profit targets or stop losses. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. You just set these up and then let them go. So now, anytime that this particular bot opens up a position, you can set those automatically. If you have multiple types of open position actions that you get into, set different types of open position, different type of exit options for different types of positions that you're trading. You might have different criteria for call spreads and different criteria for iron condors. Whatever it is, you set them up right here. And so now what will happen is that when you get into any position, right, and you can start managing the position. Let me see if I have some of these in here. If you have a position, and I'll show you kind of like the differences here. If you have a position that gets closed or opened, what we also did in this version, which I haven't shared with you guys, but I'll share with you now, is we also attached the automation log to those positions and to those actions that happened. So a lot of you have asked, like, what triggered the open position? What triggered the closed position? You don't have to go digging for that anymore. We don't even make you go digging in the log for that. We just attach it right here. So you can see this was closed by this automation run, and we just allow you to literally and simply pull up the automation run that shows how this particular position was closed, right? There it is right there. So you can pull up the automation run that opened your position, you can pull it up that closed it, and this is how that automation log pulls up for regular automations. Now, if you have anything else that closed under an exit trigger, because these exit triggers are running so frequently during the day, and I just put a dummy one here just to get something in here to show you guys, but because these are running so frequently during the day, then we don't create a separate log for them, but rather we log anytime there's actual activity on it that would send an order or start trying to place trades. So for example, this one here is an IWM position that I did as like a dummy position to show you how one of these exit triggers would be triggered. So I had a 50% stop loss of credit, and so it triggered that on the 1 minute automation that was at 3:18 just a couple days ago, right? So that's how that position got closed. This one was open manually, so it's just a simple manual open trade, right? There's no log attached to this one, and then simply it was closed at 3:18. That's when it was closed because it hit my stop loss, right? And so now we just show you that right here so you can see if any of those positions get triggered and how they get triggered. If it was a regular automation, we'll link to the regular automation. If it was one of the auto exit options, then we'll just show you right here in the log that that was actually triggered. Now, of course, you can check and monitor these yourselves in here, and rest assured the bots are just running and checking these all the time. So we didn't want to overwhelm your logs with 4,000 different log events of the same thing if there's no activity, right? So we just throw it in here inside of your trade activity screen so you can see exactly what is happening with those positions. Okay, so switching gears here just a little bit, I wanted to show you one other thing, which is, and this is where I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards, especially if you're a newbie trader, you're a beginner trader, you're starting to get used to automated trading, is you can essentially run all of your bots now with just a scanner and then these exit options. You don't have to use a monitor automation. Basically, monitor automations can become extra management techniques, checking to see if a position is challenged, or maybe accelerated profit targets, or some other criteria that you would, adjust or roll the position, right? You can do that in your monitors just like you do now. But the core foundation of your profits, your stop losses, your days to expiration, your earnings checks, that can be done using your exit options. So if you have a strategy like this, or you're running a bot like this, and you would normally have these call spread managers and put spread managers, well, you don't need those necessarily because you could just use these exit options. So you could go ahead and delete and just have your one simple scanner, and then inside of your scanner, you just go into your open position action and you set your exit options. Maybe when I'm trading these short call spreads, I want to take profits at 50, I don't want to use a stop loss, and I want to exit 1 day before expiration. Great, done. That's done now. Now for short put spreads, okay, my exit options on short put spreads might be a little bit different. Maybe I want a 75% profit, and I do want to execute a stop loss, and I want to close these 2 days before expiration. Do you see how like you can just customize it for the exact position type that the bot or automation is going to open, and then I hit save. And now inside of one automation, one scanner, you completely manage the entire process and trade. And so you're going to be scanning for opportunities, and if you have any opportunities that open, then boom, automatically 1 minute exit options start running and watching those positions. And so that is really, really wicked cool. So I really hope you all enjoy these. I hope you love the new additions. This is a huge milestone for automated trading and for this platform and for you all. It was quite a heavy lift and load on the back end to get all this stuff structured in a way that can support thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of trades. And we really hope you all enjoy it. So if you have any questions or any feedback, let us know. As always, this is just the beginning. We're always looking for new ways, new different things that we can do to help improve your trading. I think it's one of the biggest updates we've done so far, and I really hope you all enjoy it. So until next time, happy trading.